Hello boys and girls, we are back with the Red Devils reboot. I've not done this series on the channel for a week or so. I did initially play with the idea of streaming it to Twitch, but I've decided to bring it back to YouTube so all the content's in one place to make it a bit easier to deal with. So I'll just put the Football Manager videos into a playlist and then that saves using Twitch or another YouTube channel to play Football Manager Mobile. So I need to go back a little bit. We're currently in this set. This video is going to be, as the title says, the Carabao Cup Semi Final, first and second leg against Chelsea. We've just drawn in the FA Cup against Newcastle with a bit of a second choice team. Romero played in goal. Diego Dalot was in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. At right back, Luke Shaw replaced the newly signed Kieran Tierney, who we got in for about 28 million from Celtic. Kieran Tierney had a good game. Ghana was the man of the match, got the goal against Newcastle, but Newcastle equalised very late on, the 94th minute. Newcastle United equalised and had a goal disallowed. Today is the first leg of the Carabao Cup Semi Final away at Chelsea. So we quickly go and look at the team for this Carabao Cup game. We have got David Hare in goal, back four of newly signed Kieran Tierney, left back Harry Maguire, Milito and Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back. Scott McTominay and Paul Pogba in midfield, Martial, Gomez and Pereira behind Marcus Rashford up front. Callum Wilson, he's not happy at the moment and he's got 3 goals and 3 assists in 26 matches, so we'll probably be looking, unfortunately, at offloading Callum Wilson either now or in January. We are looking at potentially bringing in Wilfried Zaha as a replacement for Jesse Lingard. 6 goals in 18, not bad, but I think Zaha could potentially be better than Lingard. So let's get now into this first leg of the semi-final of the Carabao Cup at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Let's get going. Chelsea kicking off then. Willian done alright, cut out by Kieran Tierney there. Good, solid challenge by Tierney. Maguire puts that one out for a corner to Chelsea, and they're coming on to Eden Hazard, skins Wan-Bissaka, and Pedro makes it 1-0 to Chelsea. In the first 15 minutes, Chelsea 1-0 up, but United attack. Pogba, McTominay, Gomez, Pereira. Gomez with a goal, set up by Pereira. The young lads combining well there for Manchester United. Chelsea defence having an absolute mare with that attack. Tierney with a throw to Martial. Oh, Rashford should have made it too. Rashford was one-on-one with the keeper and he couldn't make the advantage pay. Decent first half from United. That chance from Rashford should have made it 2-1. Gomez with the goal to equalise Chelsea's goal after 11 minutes from Pedro. There you look at it, Pereira and Gomez, the star men on the pitch at the moment for Manchester United. Latest scores? No, there's only our game being played today. It's second half at Stamford Bridge. Then we have got that away goal in the bank already. Wan-Bissaka funds Pereira, who loses his man. Pereira back on Wan-Bissaka, cut out there, but Milito clears it up for Manchester United. Just under an hour played at Stamford Bridge. It's 1-1. Ruben Loftus-Cheek nearly makes it 2-1 to Chelsea. We're going to watch this and then maybe make a change. Wan-Bissaka pair. Oh, Rashford again was in. He's had 2 chances, Marcus Rashford, to make it 2-1, and he's not taken either of them. Who needs to come off? I think Gomez and Rashford, to be honest, are the obvious changes. So we're going to bring on Juan Mata to go there for Gomez, and no Greenwood on the bench. So we're going to bring Callum Wilson on for Marcus Rashford. Up front, Cam Wilson saw his season out with a goal here against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. He's nearly signed for nearly £40 million from Bournemouth, and at the moment that is looking like money not well spent at all on Callum Wilson. It's just over 10 minutes to go. Sorry, here at Stamford Bridge. United, I've got a corner. We're there to take the corner, and it's in. Goal for Manchester United. We were just talking about him. That man, Callum Wilson, runs off to the bench. Wilson gets the goal at Stamford Bridge. United are 2-1 up here in the first leg, but Chelsea attacking again, and they made it 2-2. I think that was Willian with the goal, set up by Ruben Loftus-Cheek, was it William? Was William 94th minute? We've got 2 away goals. Maguire, United passed it back. Oh, and they cut out there. There's 2-2 at Stamford Bridge in the first leg of the Carabao Cup. It's not the end of the world. Hey guys, before we get into the second leg of the Carabao Cup Semi Final against Chelsea, we've got a little bit of stuff to go through. This happened in between the two ties. We have signed Wilfred Zaha from Crystal Palace for, how much did we sign Zaha for? 40 million? 45 million signed Wilfred Zaha for from Crystal Palace, with a view to starting him on a right hand side. And we've played a couple of games in between the Carabao Cup Semi Final ties, so we quickly go ahead and look at the games we played. So we drew 1-1 with Chelsea straight after the 2-2 draw in the Carabao Cup. That was in the league. We went with the FA Cup third round replay against Newcastle at Old Trafford, which we won 5-2, and we've just beaten Bournemouth 1-0 in the league at Dean Court with a goal from Anthony Martial, who did play up front in place of Marcus Rashford. So we quickly go ahead and take a look at the league table after the Bournemouth game. Manchester United are in second place on 52 points, 5 points adrift of Tottenham, who are flying at the moment, scored 52 goals, Spurs. And we are 6 points ahead of Liverpool, who are in third, and 11 points ahead of Manchester City, who are in fifth, just outside of the Champions League places. So after a massive meltdown, Champions League football will be back at Old Trafford again next season, and we're only 5 points ahead of Spurs, 5 points behind Spurs, in chase for that league title. So we've still got to play Tottenham. And there we go, the 30th of March, Tottenham away. Look at that little run there, Tottenham, Liverpool and Manchester City. We have Arsenal in April as well. So yeah, we've signed Zaha. We are doing well in the league, and we are now 90 minutes away from a Carabao Cup final, our first cup final of the season, if we can get past Chelsea. So the team for Chelsea is as follows: David De Gea in goal as usual, back four of Luke Shaw, Eric Bailly, Adil Milito and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We are resting Kieran Tierney because he's not quite fit, and Harry Maguire, I believe, has picked up an injury. But quickly go ahead and take a look at that. Maguire and Lindelof's injured as well. So Harry Maguire is out for damaged knee cartilage, about 10 days for Harry Maguire. That's unfortunate timing. So in the midfield, two of Ander Herrera and Scott McTominay. Paul Pogba's match fitness is only 93, so we'll leave Pogba out today. Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood and Wilfred Zaha behind Marcus Rashford up front. So let's go ahead now and get into this game. The first leg at Stamford Bridge was 2-2. So we have an away goal to our advantage, and we have Wilfred Zaha on our right wing. So Luke Shaw back to De Gea, into by Shaw, Martial on the left, coming inside Greenwood with the ball, out to Wan-Bissaka. Zaha can't get the cross in, goes out to throw in to Manchester United. Positive start at Old Trafford from United here. Don't do anything too silly. Obviously we have the 2 away goals from the first leg at Stamford Bridge. So we are in the driver's seat, in this tie at the moment. Somebody's been booked. Milieto's been booked. I still can't say that name. I mean, we're in end of January now, and I still can't say it. McTominay, Greenwood, Gomez, Rashford nearly scored there. Eden Hazard, we need to be careful of him. So, but I've got a free kick with Rashford. Rashford again, and Rashford, off the deflection from his own free kick, makes it 1-0 to Manchester United at Old Trafford in the second leg of the Carabao Cup Semi Final here against Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea put one just over the bar, and it's gone out for a corner. De Gea got a touch on that one, and Martial puts that one out for another corner. Hazard taken, yes it is, whips it in over the bar again, and De Gea turns that one over. Another free kick to Chelsea. A lot of possession from Chelsea in the last five or so minutes. But United on the attack again. McTominay, Rashford. Azpilicueta has fouled someone. It's going to be a free kick to United, I think. Aspilicueta looks to be in trouble here, and he's given a warning. So Wilfred Zaha with a free kick. Nothing comes of that. Shaw back to De Gea. Not long to half time now. United have a slight advantage. 1-0 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. Quick look at the player ratings. Marcus Rashford doing well up front. Might swap Zaha and Martial for the second half to see if we can get a bit more out of our new signing, Wilfred Zaha. Chelsea on the attack, Willian, and fouled by Ander Herrera. So Aspilicueta with the free kick for Chelsea, and McTominay with the foul on Williams for Chelsea. We've got another free kick right on the edge of the box. Willian whips it in, and McTominay clears it. United counter-attacking with Rashford there. Make a couple of changes. Pedro puts it well wide of De Gea's post. Who have we got? Who needs to come on? Who needs to come off? Bring on. Oh no, that was Chong on for Anthony Martial. Take Rashford off for Wilson, give him a bit of game time, and Jesse Lingard. We were Lingard on for Greenwood. So we've got Wilson up front, Zaha, Lingard, and Chong in behind for the last 18 minutes here at Stamford Bridge to try and get Manchester United into the first cup final of the season, which I think could be a Manchester derby. I'm sure City are in the other semi-final. There's 10 minutes to go at Old Trafford. Sorry, why did I say Stamford Bridge? 10 minutes to go at Old Trafford. Less than 10 minutes now. United have won. They're left 3-2 on 3-2 on Jesse Lingard coming forward. Callum Wilson's in, and Callum Wilson with a goal that surely sent Manchester United now to the Carabao Cup Semi Final, assisted by Lingard, scored by Wilson, who came off the bench on the hour mark or just thereafter. Rashford and Wilson with the goals for Manchester United, 60 minutes apart. And this should be enough now, 4-2 on aggregate. This should be enough for Manchester United to make their way to Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. Lingard with a free kick into Ander Herrera. Chong, Wan-Bissaka dispossessed, but Mato clears up and it goes out for a throw into Chelsea. 92 minutes on the clock. United are mere seconds away from Wembley here. Wilson chasing it down. So glad Callum Wilson got that goal, because I don't want Wilson to fail Old Trafford, and they've done it. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 0, 2-0 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. United are in the Carabao Cup final. Callum Wilson there had a good game, 8 rating for Wilson, 8 rating and man of the match for Marcus Rashford. What I forgot to show you was Andres Pereira scored 2 goals. I think it might have been a Newcastle game and he had a 10 rating and man of the match. So Pereira did well there. United win 2-0 here in the Carabao Cup Semi Final. Manchester United booked their place in the final. So wait and see who we get in the final. Oh, there we go. And it is a Manchester derby in the Carabao Cup final. Manchester United versus Manchester City, February the 24th at Wembley. City, can we look at the previous? City beat Huddersfield 4-0 in the second leg, 5-2 on aggregate. So let's quickly take a look at the fixtures and see what we will be doing in the next game of the Red Devils rebuild here on Football Manager Mobile 19. We're going to do obviously the West Ham game away in the league, and then Shakhtar Donetsk in the knockout stages of the Champions League. And then the episode after that will be the Carabao Cup final. That'll be a 1-game episode against Manchester City. So thank you very much for watching this video. Pop a like on it for me. That would be brilliant. It'll help the channel. Also hit subscribe if you're not done so already. And we'll be back in the next episode with West Ham away in the Premier League and Shakhtar Donetsk at Old Trafford in the knockout stages of the Champions League.